Are you implying there's a hidden message in it?
Let me play it back in reverse.
Play the next one. Let's find out. What do you think is more unsettling in a horror story? Something you can see or something spiritual that you're not prepared for? Undertone. Let's see. Welcome back, everybody. This week in the Let's See show, we get to see Undertone, directed by and written by Ian Tussin, starring Nina Carey, Adam DeMarco, and Michelle Duquet. So Undertone is one of those movies that sneaks up on you, not with big visuals, not with wild effects, but with sound. Sometimes audio alone can be scary enough, and this movie knows that. It pulls you in with sound first and then uses that same sound to mess with you later. I'll be real with you. I wasn't terrified, but it definitely had me getting some goosebumps. The whole movie is built around sound. A cell phone ringing, a tea kettle whistling, music playing backwards. Loud noises that normally mean nothing suddenly feel like warnings. There's a line in the movie, "Don't be afraid of the dark, be afraid of the silence." And it hits, because the silence in this movie, it's loud, it's uncomfortable, and it's where the danger lives. If you've seen Paranormal Activity, it's that same vibe. Slow burn, quiet house, something just out of frame. You're listening more than you're watching. The pacing in Undertone is a slow build, and it works in its favor. It starts off quiet, almost too quiet, and then the slow climb keeps stacking the tension. You feel it building in your chest. It adds to the goosebumps. It adds the anxiousness. And by the time it picks up towards the end, you're already on edge. Even with that slow burn, I never checked my watch. It held me the whole time, the whole way through. Now let's talk about the part that really stood out for me, the Christian and Catholic symbolism woven into the story. Evie didn't reject belief completely. She just doesn't take it as seriously as her mom did. She's the skeptic in the movie. She's the one that ties the explanation to everything right away. But when she's back in that childhood home surrounded by the faith her mother lived by, that distance starts to feel heavy. The movie keeps you raising the question, what do you do when something spiritual shows up and you don't have the tools your mother tried to hand to you? It's not preachy, it's just honest tension. And then there's the demon Abazul, a figure from ancient folklore, a demon jealous of mothers because she can't have children of her own. That's a heavy theme woven into the story about caregiving, silence, and spiritual vulnerability. In Undertone, Abazul isn't loud or theatrical. She's subtle. She's in the quiet moments. She's in the places where prayers used to live. The home becomes a sacred space that's been invaded. Silence becomes a battleground, and the whole thing feels like a spiritual fight. And it is. Happening in a place that's already emotionally fragile. There's also the use of nursery rhymes. And if you know anything about nursery rhymes, they all have dark origins. The movie taps into that, takes something innocent and twists it just enough to make it uncomfortable. So right out of the theater, I was on edge with goosebumps. The sound design plays tricks on your mind in the best way. But this isn't a rush to the theater movie. This is a streaming movie for sure. It's a turn off the lights, turn up the sound bar, and freak yourself out at home kind of movie. If you want that creeping dread, slow tension, and that feeling like you're hearing things in the other room of the house, you're gonna get it. And it might make you think twice about those sounds that you hear in the night. Maybe even say your prayers before bed. So that's Undertone, a short, slow burn, sound-driven horror film with a surprisingly amount of spiritual weight behind it. Not a theater must-see, but definitely worth a watch if you want something that gets under your skin. And all that reminded me of Psalm 73:26, where it says, "My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." This verse mirrors Evie's exhaustion, the failing body of her mother, and the question of where true strength and stability come from when everything familiar, memories, recordings, even your own mind feels unreliable. Hey, and did you know Undertone leans heavily on sound design rather than big visual set pieces, using audio recordings and ambient noise and silence as primary tools for dread, fitting for a story built around a podcast. This is writer-director Ian Tusson's feature debut, and he both wrote and directed the film, giving it a unified creative voice from a script to screen. The film premiered on the festival circuit, including Fantasia and Sundance, before rolling out into a wider North American release, building buzz through genre outlets and horror press first. Hey, and don't forget about the sneak peeks, the whole reason I show up early. This week we got to see Passenger, coming out May 29th. Ready or Not, Here I Come, March 20th. They Will Kill You, March 27th. You, Me, and Tuscany, coming out April 10th. Disclosure Day, June 12th. Hey, and until next time, let's see.
You shouldn't have called out to her. It's what she wants.